Up for savings like you've never seen before during Elway Days. Their biggest sale of the year runs October 14th through the 18th when every red tag machine is priced at invoice plus $300. That's it. No freight, no setup, no extra fees. Don't miss out on these epic savings. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered all under one roof with a large selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, motorcycles, and personal watercraft at their 27th and I-80 location.
Imagine hitting rewind on your life 10, even 20 years. With testosterone therapy from Limitless Male, you can turn back the aging clock and get your edge, energy, and confidence back. If you've lost your drive, sleep deprived, muscle loss, belly fat, irritable, you're not the guy you once were. Get your T levels checked at Limitless Male. More and more men are realizing hormone replacement can turn back the clock. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People Seeding Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. Then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Coming at you live from the heart of Lincoln, America. This is the Don't Punt Hour with former Nebraska receiver.
Throwing over the middle, completes the pass. He's got speed to the end zone. Touchdown. 45 yards.
And return specialist.
This time he beats the kicker in one more.
DeMornay Pierson-El.
Not only does the sideline have confidence in Pierson-El, but Pierson-El has confidence in Pierson-El.
On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Welcome back in Don't Punt Hour. Harrison Arns on the ones and twos. We got DeMornay Pierson-El, the host as always, joining me in the studio. You guys can join in. We do got NFL brick and mortar. It is Commanders versus the Chiefs, and you have 0 touchdowns between any of the quarterbacks, but you do have 3 picks, 2 from Mahomes, and of course Daniel's still out, so Mariota in there, and he's got an interception as well. They were in the red zone though, so let me take a peek on them. No, they still haven't punched it in. Still 0-0 here. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter before halftime here. Like I said, it hasn't been the prettiest game for the eyes, but we're not going to talk NFL today. We'll talk more NFL tomorrow. We're going to dive into college football. We'll definitely break down the Huskers' big win over Northwestern. They are bowl eligible already, October 27th. It's been a while since that's happened. You probably have to go back to like 2016, honestly. So we're bowl eligible already. Nice to have that conversation done with. But before we talk about Husker football, let's do some picks. Good morning, Pierson-El. How do you think you did?
I'd probably say even.
No, you lost.
Not LSU. Vandy got me.
Yeah. So I got the games in front of me right here.
I was what, 4-2, I think.
Yeah, you were 3-2.
Okay.
Well, excuse me, 4-2 because you got the Huskers, and then I was 5-1.
Ugh, one game. God bless it. It's always one.
And I only picked LSU to give you a fighting chance. That's the thing.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I just did it to make it interesting. There still wasn't enough.
That now. I said it last week. He lost his game. He was going to get fired. I think
you did call that, and he got fired.
A&M is the number 1 team in the SEC right now.
Yeah, A&M looks really good. I was hoping for the fact that you might get fired was the reason the boys would be fired up in a night game.
No.
In the Bayou, and boy, they weren't. That place is clearing out. It was one of those scenes where, you knew he was going to get fired. He's sitting there in a night game in that stadium, and it was cleared out.
I think he deserved.
Unlike
Frazier,
not a big fan of him.
Yeah, no. Well, like when he took that job down, I was like, that's not gonna work.
Well, on the floor, and who's the other one? I mean, there's been articles written about it. He's not the nicest guy in the world. Whether that's true or not, I mean, there's other people out there that love him. So, and there's some people that have some not great things to say about him. Nonetheless, it will never felt like the right fit down there.
No.
And when it cleared out, and you're sitting there, and you don't have any LSU fans in your stadium, your LSU stadium, one of the best places in college football, is taken over.
I would say arguably top 5, probably arguably top 3.
Oh, I think it's a bucket. If you're a college football fan, that's fair to say bucket list, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, that's a huge game. And when you let that place get taken over, I understand it's a good opponent, but you're LSU. So you kind of saw the writing on the wall after that one. But the first game we went through, Ole Miss versus Oklahoma, we both took Lane Kiffin. Yep. Ole Miss wins 34-26. Alabama, South Carolina, we both took Bama. They win 29-22. Vanderbilt, you gotta be careful about Vandy. I'm telling you.
Who Vandy played?
Missouri, and they won by a yard.
Yeah, like
crazy finish. I was.
The game took forever to kind of get going.
Yeah, it was not great watching.
Missouri just starts slow.
Yes.
Like that's kind of their thing. They're still a dangerous team and everything like that. I think that coach might get calls for one of these other positions and everything like that. I don't know if you take it though. We'll talk about that on another time. we got a lot. We'll talk about that after. But okay, so Mizzou, and then what was that? What was the next one? Illy, Washington.
Yeah, boy, Washington boys.
That pissed me off.
I was even surprised by the outcome.
I'm like, they got blown out.
Yeah,
they got blown out.
Huskies played some ball.
I was like,
I thought they got that one out. I was blown away to see them.
I was like,
for the bang.
I was a little bit worried about that game, but I was like, no, Illinois is, kind of a true Big Ten team. It's Big Ten ball. Like, I was expecting a way better competitive game, and I was just like, oh, that started it. I was like, oh, okay.
42-25 final score.
It was that was ugly, and then
it was LSU.
Yeah.
Yeah, they lost. And then the Huskers. If we needed the tiebreaker, I was pretty close.
You still would have won that one.
I was only 2 points off because I had 28-23, and yours was 24-17. So yours wasn't very far off either, but
yours was just a little bit closer. And I was just like, they almost let it go. They didn't, but
it was well, hey, at least you won the damn thing. I'll say that much. We'll dive into almost letting it go, but managing to hold on to it. So that puts us at I am 20-12 on the year, and you are 18-14. 4-3.
Right there. One game still.
I mean, hey, if we're in Vegas, we're making good money.
Yeah.
Kind of. It depends. I mean, some of the games we're picking, I'm sure the spreads are like negative 200. So, but if you play it safe, we're making money.
We'll see. It's a long season. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, baby.
Yeah, right. You got it. I'm just saying. You've been saying it's the long season since week 1. We're in week 9.
Freaking Vandy
in Washington.
Man, like, come on now.
Washington's the one I felt cheeky getting that one because I kind of just like took a stab at it. I was like, they're at home. Washington's a tough place to play there.
It was a morning game, if I'm not mistaken, too.
It was afternoon. It wasn't a night game. It was an afternoon.
I'm like, come on, Illinois. What are we doing? I thought y'all were supposed to be, borderline tier 1 in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
Y'all kind of starting to slide a little bit.
It's just Indiana that made that jump, apparently. I mean, are we down to like 3 teams in the Big Ten that maybe make the college football playoffs now?
Yeah. I mean, I think Big Ten overall is probably still second tier.
Yeah, for sure.
I would say SEC over this year for sure is overline, and it's not close. And even I know we got a lot of 5-2 teams or 5-3 teams that are like that, but those teams aren't playing as consistent as some of the SEC teams are.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's the difference. Like they play a little bit more dominant. Maybe not LSU. They're kind of in that shit, but just about some of these other SEC teams and everything like that. They are playing very, very convincing and competitive. So I would hand it to the SEC. It's a better conference right now.
Because you get Oregon. I'm thinking Big Ten teams: Oregon, Ohio State, Indiana, Iowa.
No, I think those three are in a level of their own, and then you got another like maybe 3 or 4 teams that you can kind of lump in there.
Iowa's kind of make me nervous. I mean, they played Indiana at least close, unlike everybody else, and they're blowing the doors off.
But the thing about that is, like, if Iowa plays some of those other teams or whatnot, they're not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to score. If Iowa could score convincingly and everything like that, or they were a little bit more explosive, I would feel more comfortable. But
they can score. That's the problem.
No.
Well, let's look.
If Iowa plays like a team like Ole Miss will blow the doors off of them. It won't be close. It won't be close.
So their first loss, they did have that loss to Iowa State, and that's when everyone was like kind of took their eyes off them. Then they dropped 47 versus UMass, 38 versus Rutgers. Now they lose to Indiana, but they only lost by 5. When you look at everybody else, it's not bad. Then you drop 37 on Wisconsin in a shutout.
Wisconsin, I mean, it's
a bad Wisconsin team, but hey, you score 37 points. Normal Iowa teams would just score 10 and
call it a game.
Call it a day and just go 10-0.
So just because you score 37 like that.
Well, then you beat Penn State 25-24, and I know it is what it is, but then you beat Minnesota 41-3. I mean, they are blowing these teams out.
Iowa beat Penn State?
Yeah, they beat Penn State 25-24. And then they beat Minnesota 41-3. And now they got number 6 Oregon at home. The Ducks in Iowa feels a little bit different than Iowa going out.
Ducks are still going to blow the doors off.
I feel like the Ducks are teetering on a loss here. I don't like talking about Iowa this way, but I'm just saying they're playing some pretty good ball.
They play solid defense and everything like that. I'm still.
And they just beat Wisconsin 21-7.
Wisconsin is not the same Wisconsin of the past. I don't care about that.
Well, the last game of reference. Don't kill the messenger.
He is
just giving you numbers.
That coach is on a hot seat too. Like he might be on his way out as well. So I'm not worried about Wisconsin.
Well, they beat Penn State. You know, this was the big game. 24. They lost to Indiana by 10.
Which week did they beat Penn State?
That was September 27th, and then Penn State played
UCLA.
UCLA lost, and they played Northwestern and lost.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the game to set off the 3-game losing streak.
Okay.
And then they beat Northwestern 14-34. Their best win is.
They did. They were up.
Yeah, and that game was a little squirrely. I mean, Oregon doesn't really have any good wins. Penn State. That's it.
At that point in time, because Penn State, I think, was the number 3 team.
Yeah, so it's a good win. I'll give them that because they had James Franklin, and that was their first loss. But other than that, I mean, I think this is an interesting game. I think the Hawkeyes might actually win that.
So are you taking them this week?
Yeah.
Ooh. We'll write that down for Thursday.
It's going to be, I hope I'm wrong. This is one I'm okay. I'm okay if I just look like an idiot. And I got to come out on air and apologize for taking the Hawkeyes. I'd much rather do that.
I'm not taking them. They could play UMass, and I will pick UMass. I don't care.
That's all right with me. I'm not going to make you pick Iowa. You don't have to pull my teeth on that one. Other games of note here that I was going through that we can talk about a little bit. Well, let's just talk about the coaching carousel because these games all kind of tie into it. Florida's opened up. LSU's opened up. Arkansas, Oklahoma State, UCLA. Was it Colorado State? Or no, Colorado State.
Oklahoma State.
Oklahoma. There's another state school in there that I'm blanking on right now. North Dakota State? That open up?
No.
Okay, maybe not. Arkansas, am I missing one? I know I'm missing one. We'll see what happens with Texas, although I'm kind of less on that than I was before. You still got Auburn is getting tossed into the mix. Florida State is getting tossed into the mix, but that buyout's like $50 million. So I don't think they're gonna. I think I could get up to $60 million. But
I haven't really like been paying attention necessarily to Florida State. They lost to somebody a couple weeks ago, I think at home.
Yeah, well,
and it kind of like knocked the winds out of their sail and everything like that. I thought they were going to be a stronger team. So I haven't really been paying attention and seeing what the defense has kind of been like or the offense.
Well, like you're thinking because they started the year off.
They started hot.
Yeah, with a huge win. That's last year. I'm trying to find the beginning of this year. Yeah, Alabama. That's who they started off with. And they won that one 31-17.
They went like 4-0, and then they lost to, I can't remember.
They lost to Virginia in OT.
Yes.
After their nobody games, and they won those. And then you lose to a good Miami team. But then you lose to Pitt. And then you lost to Stanford.
Yeah.
But the buyout's like $60 million.
They're 4-4 right now?
They are, I think, 4-4. They are sitting there at 3-4.
Ooh.
0-4 in conference.
0-4 in conference.
0-4 in conference play.
Oh, yeah, that might do it. Well, I didn't. No wonder why I haven't really been paying attention or hearing about Florida State.
Yeah, the Stanford one is kind of what set everybody over the edge. Everyone's like, "Well, no way, that buyout's insane." And they lost to Stanford, and everyone's like, "Well,
wait a minute,
is there a booster that's going to make a call here?" Because that's,
Eesh.
I mean, that's another year where Florida State's super hyped up, and then they go into the season just, wet in the bed completely. And the talent's there. You can't tell me they're not a talented.
No, it's not.
team.
Yeah.
You got the Tony White. You got the coaches that you wanted.
Yeah, that's hard.
I haven't seen Williams tweet as much. I'll say that. Good luck to him. But yeah, I mean, and then they got Wake Forest, Clemson, Virginia Tech, NC State, Florida.
Yeah, they better hope that I think they can win 2 games. Maybe a 7-5 season. Maybe can salvage it.Maybe we'll see.
No, I'm not giving them 7.
We'll see.
Yeah,
but
maybe 3 more if I'm generous.
But I can't. I think those are the all of the coaching things. But ranking those places, honestly, I would probably say Florida first, Penn State second.
LSU.
The thing with LSU is like
you need to be the right fit.
You better be prepared for what that comes from. Like that could be a lot for the wrong type of hire. Like they're going after a certain guy. So
Oklahoma State seems lucrative.
I think so.
Because you got great resources and you're in the Big 12 and they're going to be more patient.
Yeah, depending, I don't know how deep their pockets is necessarily with funding or NIL stuff and everything.
They still get the Boone funding. I know he passed away, but the family invested big time in there. Because that was kind of always their money train.
That I don't like I said, I don't know.
Okay.
So, but that one probably be maybe the easiest transition, but as far as to where money wise and everything, I think Florida will be patient, with people and everything like that. I would rather take the Florida job than LSU.
Yeah. I feel like that's kind of the same cloth a little bit. Well,
I think with Florida, you'll have a little bit more leeway. Now will they be on you and everything like that? Can it get hectic like that? Yes. But I feel like it's not as aggressive as LSU. LSU, if you come in there and you have one bad week, like it's really, really bad. And I think LSU is a great destination and everything, but again, like that, you have to be
a lot of pressure.
You have to be the right person, for that. You have to be on the level of a Urban Meyer, Nick Saban, Lane Kiffin. I think Dan Landing will probably get a call for real. Like, I mean, if they're gonna, he's been in the SEC. I mean,
but that Nike money, they're gonna find the money.
Well, I mean, but we'll see. So that it's hard leaving Oregon, but Florida or LSU they'll
make a call.
That's a heavyweight.
Yeah, they'll at least make a phone call.
That's a heavyweight.
It's crazy. There's not enough coaches out there the way these firings are going, and it's just been a domino effect of like you get a head coach fired, and it's like, oh boy.
I think some of these schools might poach some of these other bigger schools, like winning coach.
Well, I'm sure like Brett's probably going to get some phone calls. We know Matt Rule's already getting phone calls. Kiffin's getting phones probably blowing up.
But again, I mean, what?
But there's so many universities that need a coach.
I think Kiffin will get a call, but it's you're at Ole Miss. 2.
Could he do LSU?
I don't think so.
Florida? Seems like he could do Florida.
Maybe, but you got 2 good quarterbacks at Ole Miss.
Mm-hmm.
You got people that know your system. You are recruiting. You're a heavyweight in the SEC. You're a top 3 team. The years that you necessarily been there, even when Saban was there and everything like that, I think he was probably a top 5 team.
Yeah,
it wasn't quite there yet, but over the years and everything like that, you are consistently, a favorite in there and everything like that. You were 1 game away from going, I think, from the SEC championship last year.
Yeah, I think it came down to them in Georgia, didn't it?
Yeah,
and then they lost that game to Georgia.
Yeah, so I mean, you were 1 game away from doing that. Is it really an upgrade necessarily leaving Ole Miss for Florida? Maybe, maybe not. Is it really an upgrade leaving Ole Miss to go to LSU? Maybe, maybe not.
Depends what the paycheck says.
That part, but I feel like that's too much of following Saban, and I know him and Saban have issues.
Yeah.
So you going to LSU and everything like that. I think he could pull it off if there was one coach to leave from somewhere and be fine and handle himself well. I think Lane Kiffin is one of those coaches that can go in either place and kind of turn it around. But like I said, you're at Ole Miss. Ole Miss pockets are deep. It's not terrible. You already got everything that you want established in there. Your quarterback knows your system. So I mean, outside of you just being money hungry, is that really grass green on the other side? I don't know, because you have to turn around both of those rosters. Now, would that be easier than what you already have, or even can you do something that Dan Landon did, year one at either one of those schools? I'm not so sure.
Yeah, and to be fair, continuity is the hardest thing to pull off. And if you got your coordinators and everybody else set in place, you can bring them where you want, but then you got to get the players in there as well.
You're starting over again, and it's like you're all like I said, you're already a top 3 team in the SEC.
Yeah, you can take
I can understand if you were in another conference, but you're already one of the top dogs there, and I don't really feel like that's too much of a jump from where you're at, because like I said, Ole Miss. It's not a terrible school. It's not a bad destination and everything like that. Like they're a football state. They have money in their pockets. You establish with what you want to do there. You, like I said, you have not one quarterback, 2 quarterbacks that are doing really, really well. Like your offense has been fine. Your defense isn't as good as it was necessarily last year, but you've been putting first rounders out. So
speaking of first rounders, since we're coming to the end of the segment. Jackson Dart, he's been looking all right. How brutal was the Scottaboo injury?
That hurts. That hurts.
It's like you get it. The guys that love football that much, it just kills you to see them when they can't play the game.
Because he
didn't take a single possession.
They were a 1-2 punch. That's what that. I mean, those two literally saved.
That's what it was building into.
And I don't think they're going to get rid of because they're playing a lot more competitive games now. So it's not like that they're getting blown out.
But it started with those two.
Yeah.
It gave them a belief factor. Like, oh, okay, we got 2 young dudes in here that can actually lead this team and give us a reason to play hard, as opposed to being unsure about your quarterback. And then, maybe you're worried that Scottaboo is just a meathead and isn't all that good. And then he starts running people over and you're like, all right, wait a minute. We can lean on this guy. And then it was one of those injuries that you just kind of didn't want to watch it twice.
Hopefully he has a speedy recovery and everything like that. But I mean, he's a football guy. He's an energy guy. Locker room, love him.
Yeah, he'll still be around all over that program. You know that much.
Yeah, for sure.
But it's good to see, it's not good to see, but it's good to see the support for the Giants. Because I that's a franchise that, man, it's just been so long. And when you hear the G-men over the radio and those guys are balling, it's just the NFL is a lot more fun. So, unfortunately, Scottaboo, he's going to have to sit out this year. And we'll see what it looks like. It is an ankle injury. You remember exactly what it was?
They said his ankle was dislocated. Now, with that being necessary and how it was hanging and everything like that, like depending on how bad it is, I don't know if he has to give Liz Frank surgery, and that's the the ligament on top of your ankle that helps you with dorsiflexion and everything like that. So if that's a real bad injury. I don't know if it's necessarily that, but they said it was dislocated to look more than a dislocation. If you had to have surgery to do some stuff, I don't know if it's a compound fracture or that, but so it looked a lot worse than what they said actually happened.
Let's hope it's just looked worse than what it really was. And on the bright side, it is 2025. So, I mean, you go back 20 years, you're done.
Yeah.
Just straight up. You're not probably going to get back
probably
in
15
there.
years, maybe.
Yeah. I mean, it's crazy. So, hopefully we get to see him out there again at full strength. But that's probably the most brutal injury of the season so far. So,
I don't know, because that Tariq Hill one was bad, too.
I forgot about that.
That Tariq Hill one was bad, too.
Yeah. Man, how do you feel about the hip drop tackle? Like they banned it. It's such a tough thing to prevent though, because it's your only chance. Like it gets a guy like Cam Scottaboo.
I mean, I don't think it's a bad thing. Now his was kind of bang bang.
Mm-hmm.
I can understand if somebody's catching somebody
like down the field and you gotta catch up.
And the momentum like rings. I understand that, but I don't think it's necessarily something that we have to ban that. Like they're not trying to hurt them, you know what I mean? It was just one of those things. It's a part of football. Football is a violent sport.
Yeah, it's just so tough.
Like it happened. It happens. Like, it wasn't. I don't think it was intentionally or anything like that. I mean,
and they never are. No one's ever done the hip drop trying to break someone's foot.
Yeah, so it's like I said, it's just one of those things that it was kind of like, you hate to see it, but I mean, I'm not outraged by it or anything like that.
No, I don't know what the right answer is entirely on that one, because again, you can't. Sometimes it happens, such a bang play, and no one's intentionally trying to do it. You got to bring the guy down, and if your momentum is the thing that carries you with them,
if you necessarily, try and stop that and everything like that. I mean, I think dudes really start aiming for body parts that might end seasons, and that's what you don't want.
Yeah,
So either way, whichever one you go, like the outcome's kind of going to be the same. Some guys are going to get hurt to where they're out for the season because people are just going to start going for ankles, going for knees.
Yeah,
then it's like if something happens, which is okay, sorry, but
that's probably the right attitude to have. I mean, football is a violent sport. We'll never get it to a point where nobody's getting hurt.
Yeah,
and
like I said, the only one that I can say that like, all right, like I really get that is, like I said, if somebody's running at an angle and they whip their body around and when they're going one way, you going the opposite way, and that's how people kind of get rolled upon and injuries happen. I can understand that in that scenario when that only happens, yes, but it has to be at an angle, people where you're kind of catching them from behind type stuff. Anything outside of that, all fair game.
Yeah, but I'm willing to give refs room on that and use their own discernment on what they thought it was. But the one thing I'll never understand is the targeting still. College and NFL, they both suck at it.
It's
supposed to like inconsistent call. Even in the Northwestern game, we'll get to it. There was early in the game, just one of our wide receivers just got speared out of bounds. And then they didn't even review it. And I was like, okay, I thought for sure that's going to be reviewable, but they just kept the game moving on. And it's like, I felt like I've watched 100 games where they at least stop and review it. And in this one, they just kept going. I'm not saying it was targeting, but again, the consistency of it's just broken. And we'll dive into a little bit of that. Don't go anywhere. This is the Don't Punt Hour. We'll talk about Northwestern, Nebraska, a little bit on the rest. We won't give them too much heat. Don't go anywhere. Don't Punt Hour right here, 93.7 The Ticket.
Nebraska farmers, harvest is here and every gallon counts. That's why Sat Brothers Petroleum launched the Go Big Red Fuel Giveaway. When you contract your fuel with Sat Brothers, enter to win $1,000 in fuel credits. As Husker Country knows, the only thing stronger than the roar at Memorial Stadium is the drive of a farmer putting food on the table. Fuel your farm with Sat Brothers Petroleum and enter to win $1,000 in fuel credits. Visit satbros.net today. Sat Brothers Petroleum, fueling the heartland. Go Big Red.
If the power is out, traffic lights might be too. If you come across a dark intersection, treat it like a four-way stop. See more tips at les.com/safety.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
This is Bill Mitchner, Executive Director of Lincoln Lighthouse. Did you know Lighthouse provides multiple programs for students such as one-on-one tutoring and mentoring, as well as pro-social skill exercises, while providing them a nourishing meal and a safe space during all months of the year, even during school breaks? Learn more or contribute to Lighthouse at lincolnlighthouse.org today.
This fall, Baumgars has everything you need to get your farm ready for the season. Stock up on livestock feed, deer corn, and pine shavings to keep your animals fed and your farm running smoothly. Need tools for your fall projects? Grab DeWalt power tools and grass seed to keep your fields in top shape before winter. From your barn to your backyard, Baumgars has you covered. Get ready for the season with everything you need to finish those fall fix-ups. Baumgars, field, farm, and fall fix-ups.
Are you looking to upgrade your equipment and keep cash in your pocket? Through October at Landmark Implement, get up to a 24-month waiver on select John Deere tractors and combines, or lock in a 2.9% fixed rate for 36 months, followed by a qualified standard rate for another 36 months. Whether you're thinking of this year's harvest or planning ahead, we've got a solution that works for your bottom line. Visit your local Landmark Implement for more details, or check us out at landmarkimp.com and experience the Landmark difference.
Schaefer's is celebrating its 79th anniversary with special rebates, financing, savings, and free delivery store-wide.
Update your home with innovative Samsung appliances and save up to an additional $900 with rebates. Samsung Innovation saves you energy and time with easy-to-connect appliance technology. Plus, during Schaefer's anniversary, get free delivery on your appliance purchase.
So hurry in during Schaefer's 79th anniversary event, going on now.
This is your year, where your team takes it all the way. Win way more than bragging rights at Warhorse Casino, where your love of the game could put $1 million in your pocket. The Pro Football Frenzy is free to play with prizes all season long. Weekly cash prizes up to $1,000 cash, season-long leaderboards, and a chance to win $1 million. Only at Warhorse Casino. Wagers may only be placed on Nebraska-based teams when played outside the state of Nebraska. Must be 21 or older to gamble. Gambling problem? Call 1-833-BET-OVER.
Fall is here, and so are cooler temps, darker evenings, and slick roads. Is your vehicle ready for the change in seasons? At A1 Automotive, we've got you covered. From tire checks, brake inspections, batteries, and heater systems, we make sure your car is road ready for the Nebraska winters ahead. Don't wait until the first frost. Schedule your fall car care checkup today and drive with confidence all season long. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Are you looking to upgrade or improve the garage door on your home? This is Cameron Hall of Doors Plus. At Doors Plus, we guarantee to offer a wide selection of options from 5 leading garage door manufacturers as we deliver a free estimate, exact measurements, and rapid installation with a 3 to 5 week time frame. When you choose Doors Plus for your residential garage door needs, you'll work with our experienced technicians and be ensured that your new door seamlessly complements your home. Give us a call at 402-590-5800 or visit us online at doorsplusllc.com. Doors Plus, garage doors, and more.
Nebraska farmers, harvest is here and every gallon counts. That's why Sapp Brothers Petroleum launched the Go Big Red Fuel Giveaway. When you contract your fuel with Sapp Brothers, enter to win $1,000 in fuel credits. As Husker Country knows, the only thing stronger than the roar at Memorial Stadium is the drive of a farmer putting food on the table. Fuel your farm with Sapp Brothers Petroleum and enter to win $1,000 in fuel credits. Visit sapbros.net today. Sapp Brothers Petroleum, fueling the heartland. Go Big Red.
If the power is out, traffic lights might be too. If you come across a dark intersection, treat it like a four-way stop. See more tips at les.com/safety.
This is former Husker and NFL linebacker Jay Foreman. For years, I've suffered from degenerative problems in both of my ankles, but thanks to a thorough and thought-out plan provided by Advanced Medical Imaging, I was able to get my life back with the least amount of pain as possible. While working through multiple options, the team of physicians at Advanced Medical Imaging were there to answer any questions I had. If you're experiencing any pain at all and want to get your life back, go to amimaging.com or give them a call at 402-484-6677. Advanced Medical Imaging, located at 7601 Pioneers Boulevard.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Demorne Pierson-El.
Welcome back in at Don't Punt Hour. Harrison Arns, the morning Pierson-El, talking the coaching carousel on the first segment, but we'll switch it up here. We'll lock in on Nebraska football, in particular Nebraska versus Northwestern. Said it at the beginning, they're going to win 28-21 over the Wildcats, and much needed relief. It was a bumpy game, once again up and down, but at the very end they found another way to win a close one. And quick score update. It is halftime in the NFL. We got Commanders, Kansas City Chiefs on the airwaves, 7-7. Mahomes still 0 touchdowns, 2 picks. Marcus Mariota in place of Jaden Daniels. He's got 1 interception, 10 of 12, no touchdowns.
Maserati either. Marcus. But dog,
I thought he was going to be the dude for a while. I did watch it because that's when Oregon really took off with the offense. Then they had to change the rules because they were just being too quick on offense. I can't remember what the rule change they had to make was.
I can't remember either.
But Scott Frost's offense kind of broke.
Mm-mm.
It did. He was a little, he just played so fast that it was making it impossible for defenses to adjust. And Marcus Mariota was the guy. Was he a unanimous Heisman winner?
Probably so.
Yeah,
he was on fire that year.
He was insane.
I can't even remember who was a runner up that year. But Marcus was on fire.
He was incredible. He was the rushing yards on top of what he was doing through the air. It was
He a good dude. I was with him with the Raiders. Love him. Don't have anything bad to say about him.
I think that's why he's in the NFL still.
Like
he's a good dude.
He's a hard worker. He's smart. He's a locker room guy. I mean, again, you got a Heisman winner, in there, and especially him being in Kingsbury offense, I think they'll be fine. They can run a very familiar offense, with him and everything like that. So
speaking of good dudes who the NFL just likes, how about Amir Abdullah?
Shout out.
Hey,
to Dula.
he's still got the wheels.
11 year. I think it's year 11.
Yeah.
Shout out to Dula.
Oh man, it's nice. Like everyone knows he's good, and that's why he's in the league. But then he has those moments where it's like he's damn
pops.
good still.
He still pops.
Yeah, he's
just right situation.
Right situation, and he'll make you pay for it. But I want to shout out Amir Abdullah, obviously, because he had some big moments, and he's on a great squad this year. So good for him.
Good for him.
He might make a run to the Super Bowl with the way that team's playing, and
we'll see.
I'd love to see it. I'll say that much. It's been a fun ride, and it hasn't slowed down yet for the Colts.
It hasn't, but like I said, now you in playoff football. So
True.
The next couple weeks and everything like that will define who has a hot hand. I definitely think the Colts have a hot hand. Can they sustain it? That is the only thing. Can you sustain it through November and everything like that, and let that carry you into your playoff run? If they can, I think they will be a very, very dangerous team. But if it stalls out, or slows down a lot and everything like that, it could be different.
Yeah.
You got some of these other teams that are playoff experienced teams and whatnot, to where they catch that second win, and it's like, man, come on.
We'll see. It might be like Saquon and Jones all over again, where it fizzles out at the end, or it might be a new era where it's Jonathan Taylor and Jones, and they actually keep it hot. I'll tell you what, he's got the best running back in the league right now with Jonathan Taylor. He had an 80-yard touchdown to the house, a couple of receiving touchdowns. He's been an absolute menace this year. But enough of the Colts and the NFL. Nebraska wins over Northwestern. What are your key takeaways from that game?
It's hard to find some.
I still have a lot of questions, but I can tell you what, we give us the game-winning drive. We seem to pull that one off, but we're very inconsistent in between.
It's hard to find some. And I'm not trying to, like I said, I'm not trying to bash them, because I've been under the helmet to where, we playing bad and kind of,
there's effort, but it's just not clicking.
It's hard to say, but I will say they do work. They don't let the circumstances kind of get them down, slow them down, or get them mentally outside of the zone. Whatever the situation is and everything like that, I've only really seen them play bad one game this season. They weather the storm, they fight tooth and nail, and regardless of how it looks, you need that to pull out victory. So I think that is a key of just kind of being in that realm and knowing, okay, we're fine. They're playing good enough to where they're still in it.
Mm-hmm.
I wish that they would play a lot more consistent to where they could just slam the door and it's not, anything. But we came out on it. It was an ugly win. I'll take it or whatnot. But again, they have to play better, especially late in the Big Ten with this schedule, because your games aren't going to get easier. Like, they're going to be slugfest. They're going to be heavyweight fights. And you got a heavyweight coming with SC coming.
I was going to start this weekend. You got a pissed off USC. They lost to Notre Dame, and they're coming off a bye.
Yeah, and Lane. I was about to say Lane Kiffin. What's that coach's name?
Riley.
Lincoln Riley. Him off a bye week. You're giving him enough time that they're going to be well rested. He's going to implement some stuff that will you have to have eye discipline this week. You have to have discipline, on the defense this week, because they're going to implement things that's going to trick you, slight changes, and they're going to throw, a couple of wrenches in there and whatnot. Us being home and everything like that. The good news is we play to our competition.
Yeah, that is the good news.
So the fact that this
except for Indiana, nobody's been playing up. No one can figure that one out.
The fact that this is, you know, a big week for the Big Ten, this is a big matchup. You know, this can winning this game puts you, you know, closer to maybe one of those 4 teams.
I think so. You got to come.
Like one of the back 4, not the top 4.
I know what you're saying.
8 to 12. It puts you, you know, in conversation as long your destiny is still in your hand.
Mm-hmm.
This is, you know, what this kind of game is, and even still, you know, we're reaching this and this and that. But we can still finish, you know, hopefully top 5 in the Big Ten.
Yeah.
You win this game, you can still get, you know, a very good bowl game and everything like that. Everything is still kind of on the table. If the cards play right, again, like I said, you can sneak into one of those last 4 positions potentially.
Yeah, and all the same thing's true for USC. This is a big impact game for both programs. Like, this is a major one for Riley.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure has his fair share of complaints over there at USC. Like, listen, man, we got Heisman winners. What else do you need?
Listen, if he loses this one, you know, USC might kind of start looking at him kind of like that Kevin Hart meme, like, what you doing?
Well, especially now, because everyone's like, I got to get in the process now, because all these other universities, these big-time universities, are already looking for their coach, and they're already having all the paperwork and getting all that stuff ready. So, you know, I think that even if they do decide he's not the guy, they probably even just wait a year just because the coaching recruiting is going to be insane, trying to get the best guy. Like, you might have 5 guys, and all 5 guys might be going to other schools. Now, it is USC, so it is a good pull to get guys over there.
And they got money. They got money. So that might be, you know, a nice landing spot if it does go down. I don't think it is. I think they're a ways a little bit from it, but I think his seat is definitely warming up.
Yeah, and a loss to Nebraska would definitely make it a lot hotter.
Oh, for sure.
And again, that's huge for both programs because, and I don't know what the college football playoff is going to look like if it's 3 teams, but I don't think Nebraska or USC will get in there. But it's going to decide. You might get to go to a pretty good bowl game because with the college football playoffs, some of those bigger bowl games are out there to be had. So it'd be cool for Nebraska to have an opportunity, but you got to beat USC. And then you also have Iowa at the end of the year, who we talked about, pretty good Iowa.
You got to take care of business, and you know, this 1-0 mentality. You know, this week and everything like that. I think Sierra Wright is going to have his hands full. With is it Lemon? Did I say it right?
The wide receiver.
Yeah.
I don't know how you pronounce it. I should double check.
He's gonna be in the slot, and I mean I know Wright will be that. He's gonna have his hands full. I mean he's a SC transfer himself, so you know I'm interested to see kind of what that matchup is. I think that's going to be a key to the game actually.
Yeah, let me look at the roster or their stats real quick here. Their leading receiver, Lemon or Lemon. I don't want to mispronounce it, but he has got 48 receptions for 758 yards, 6 touchdowns on the year, average of 15.8. I mean, a lot of their guys are going to have averages of 17, 19, 3. They're throwing bombs over there in USC territory, and that's Lincoln Riley. That's what he wants to do. Big thing for me, and we'll talk about it some more, is like you got to be able to get pressure because this is a team, again, I've said it all year. Coverage sacks are going to be out there, not all the time, but that secondary is good enough. If you don't get pressure in this game, it will be a long night.
And I think like we knew we had a young D-line.
Yep, and that is true.
Like, you know, I feel
you're hoping they develop on the fly.
I feel better about the defensive line than I do the offensive line. I'll say that.
That says a lot. That's a lot. I don't like that.
I tell you that.
Northwestern game give you any hope?
No. I mean, I think
they did better. I thought
the thing about it, if SC played last week, I would feel better. But the fact that they're rested and coming off of that and everything like that makes I'm nervous.
Well, they're 6.5-point favorites. We should be nervous, but at the same time, if you're Nebraska,
it's a night game. We always play better at home. You know, I think we've gotten a turnover every game at home this year, if I'm not mistaken. I think I'm pretty sure at least one turnover a game. If not one turnover a game, I know sometimes we had a multiple. So again, if you can create some of those this weekend and everything like that and get points off of it or steal some scores and everything like that, that's fine. But our offense has to be way more consistent. And that's been our issue.
Yeah, you don't want our defense out there covering those guys all night. It's if they go on long drives and we're out there and you got our secondary chasing them around and Mavia's got time to see it, and if he's still got time to take off and run if he doesn't like it, that's bad omen for us.
SC doesn't travel well. That's a known thing. It's going to be a little bit colder than what they're used to and everything like that. That's going to be a thing.
Crowd's going to be electric.
It's going to be a different atmosphere. They've played in some well atmospheres and everything like that. This is a game where Nebraska, we got to hit them in their mouth and kick them water down. I don't care.
I'm hoping it's looking like the Colorado game. Styles make battles. And the first time Colorado style beat us, a lot of it just because we're turning the damn ball over every chance we touched it. But the other time they came in and they wanted to spread it out early. Tommy Hill said, "Thank you very much."
Yeah.
Then we get the ball back. We just punch it down their throat. We're running the ball good. You saw Dante Dowdle just absolutely run over
Shiloh.
Yeah, Shiloh Sanders. He takes him out of the game for how much he ran him over. Like, that's kind of how I hope this USC game plays out. Like, it's going to be electric. Jump on them. But don't just jump on them with explosive plays. Like, be physical.
Yeah.
The same way they were against Colorado, letting them know, like, you're in this thing for 60 minutes of football.
I don't think
it's going to be painful.
I don't think USC will handles those type of games well.
No, look at Notre Dame.
Look at what they did with Illinois. Like, they weathered that storm fine and dandy, but they still got hit in the mouth.
Yeah, you could tell they were playing a style they don't like.
Yeah.
And Notre Dame was the same thing. They were getting punched in the mouth, and that one they couldn't respond well enough. They got to the point where the game got behind, and runs started turning from 2-5-10. Okay, there he goes. And we got nobody on the outside for contain. He's supposed to be here, but our tight end, wherever, just laid him out because this guy's been getting hit all night long. That's the hope. And again, I think that's the hope. Anytime you play USC, it is true styles make battles. And if you can be physical, it falls in your favor. If you're out there playing patty cake, USC is going to just throw on you all day. So defensive line does make me nervous. I think it's a fair point to go ahead and bring up. And we'll obviously talk more USC, Nebraska as the course of the week comes. It is a 6.5 spread favored in USC, like I said, but that line tends to move as the week goes by. Don't go anywhere. We'll throw it to break. Don't punt hour right here, 93.7 The Ticket.
After a long, hot summer, are you ready for fall? What about your home? Is your heating system ready for cooler temperatures ahead? Call Bryant for your fall heating check. No matter what brand of equipment you own, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean and inspect your furnace or heat pump to make sure you stay warm, safe, and comfortable. Call today to schedule your home heating check. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
Tired of asking what's for dinner? Nourished for Life has got you covered. At Nourished, they're a local meal prep company that delivers fresh, chef-crafted, healthy meals straight to your door. Made from wholesome ingredients and ready when you are. No shopping, no chopping. Just heat, eat, and enjoy every night of the week. Fuel your busy days with balanced meals that are designed to keep you satisfied and energized. Visit nourishedforlife.co to purchase meals and taste the convenience of home-cooked comfort without the hassle. It's game on at Elway Power Sports of Lincoln, Nebraska's premier power sports dealership. Get geared up for savings like you've never seen before during Elway Days. Their biggest sale of the year runs October 14th through the 18th, when every red tag machine is priced at invoice plus $300. That's it. No freight, no setup, no extra fees. Don't miss out on these epic savings. Elway Power Sports of Lincoln has you covered all under one roof with a large selection of side-by-sides, ATVs, motorcycles, and personal watercraft at their 27th and I-80 location.
Imagine hitting rewind on your life 10, even 20 years. With testosterone therapy from Limitless Male, you can turn back the aging clock and get your edge, energy, and confidence back. If you've lost your drive, sleep deprived, muscle loss, belly fat, irritable, you're not the guy you once were. Get your T levels checked at Limitless Male. More and more men are realizing hormone replacement can turn back the clock. Schedule your free consult at limitlessmale.com.
Hi, this is Pastor Tom. Did you know there's a place kids can seek out help when they're away from home and something goes wrong? They find themselves in a difficult spot or even a dangerous situation. Maybe another child is bullying them or a stranger is following them. Perhaps on a date and things just go bad. In Lincoln, here's where they can find help. It's called Safe Place. Safe Place is a national program for children taking place in thousands of cities across the United States. The People Seeding Mission is sponsoring this program in our community and has set up a number of businesses, fire stations, schools, and nonprofits around the city to become safe locations where kids can seek out help. They just need to look for the big yellow sign that says Safe Place on it. then go inside and ask for help. We will be quickly connected to them and ensure they make it back home or to whatever resources are needed. If you'd like to find out more about Safe Place and ways in which you can get involved, just go to pcmlincoln.org. Remember, when we all do a little, we change a lot.
Serve Nebraska believes that volunteers are part of what makes Nebraska great. Each year, the Step Forward Awards honors volunteers from across the state who serve their communities in outstanding ways. We hope you'll join us this year at the Step Forward Awards luncheon on October 27th in Omaha. Help us thank volunteers with a celebration to remember. To register, visit serve.nebraska.gov and click Register Now. We hope to see you there. Paid for by Serve Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
You never think cancer will happen to you. I smoked for over 40 years. My doctor recommended that I get annual lung cancer screening. They were able to catch my cancer at stage 1. It's never too late to quit. Even if you're still smoking, you need to ask your doctor about annual lung cancer screening. Just 30 minutes a year could save your life.
Call the Nebraska Tobacco Quit Line, 1-800-QUIT-NOW, 1-800-784-8669. Paid for by Tobacco Free Nebraska. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
Husker fans know when you work together, great things happen. At Cornhusker Bank, they're more than your financial partner. With 5 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Omaha, they're your neighbors, your teammates, and your biggest fans. Whether you're saving for your first home, planning your future, or growing your business, they're right here in Nebraska to help you move forward together. Visit cornhusker.bank to learn more. Cornhusker Bank, member FDIC. Doing life together.
Deciding on a college with your high school senior can be a little overwhelming for parents. But applying for money to pay for it is simple. FAFSA, the free application for federal student aid, is now easier than ever with fewer questions and faster fill-out times. If you have a high school senior, now is the time to apply for thousands of dollars for classes, books, and housing. Get started, Nebraska, at dothefafsa.org. Sponsored by Education Quest Foundation. Aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
After a long, hot summer, are you ready for fall? What about your home? Is your heating system ready for cooler temperatures ahead? Call Bryant for your fall heating check. No matter what brand of equipment you own, Bryant's trained technicians will thoroughly clean and inspect your furnace or heat pump to make sure you stay warm, safe, and comfortable. Call today to schedule your home heating check. 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing. 467-1111. Bryant, whatever it takes.
This is the Don't Punt Hour on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com. Here is your host, Pierson-El.
Welcome back in. Wrapping things up, talking some Husker football here. 93.7 The Ticket. Nebraska beats Northwestern. Final score update, at least for this show. Still 7-7. 11 minutes to go in the third quarter between the Washington Commanders 3-4 and the Kansas City Chiefs 4-3. Stats for both quarterbacks, not even worth bringing up. Not great for either of them. Yardage, also not worth bringing up. Not a whole lot going on in this game. Pretty low scoring.
It's a Monday night.
Yeah, not great look for the Chiefs.
A Midwest, welcome to the Midwest type of game.
I know DP's upset. Apparently the refs are cheating again, and the Chiefs are getting all the calls. I don't. The problem with me and the refs is I never want to believe in it, and then I go watch a game, and I'm like,
okay,
there's like 3 things.
Something's going on.
Yeah, there's.
Like, I understand you might miss some calls, but missing some of these blatant, obvious ones, like, hey.
Well, like, even making some of these calls. It kind of happened to my Bears on the positive side for me, but I know if I was a Ravens fan, they ended up winning, but I would have been pissed. There was a pass that was kind of caught, and then he fumbled, so he didn't really have possession, and then it kind of pops back up, and then it falls on the Ravens' chest, and he catches it, and they rule an interception. They go back. They bring in the official.
So,
what do you think about the play?
He had possession of it or something like that, where when it's up in the air like that, we give it to the offense, and it's like he had it when they were up. He didn't have it when they were down. Like, that's an interception. There's multiple plays where we've seen that.
And that's what the guy said. And then they went on the field and they overturned it. Not an interception. It's like
blind.
I'll take it. Whoa, go Bears. But if I was a Ravens fan, I'm like, okay. I don't know if this is cheating or just idiotic.
Was that before I think that was that before or after the Nate Wiggins interception?
That was
before.
I want to say that was before the pick. Yeah.
And then the pick happened within the next 2 series or something like that.
Yeah. So I mean, hey,
they got it back.
They got it back. Karma can work in your favor, but you don't want to rely on karma. And again, with the NBA opening up all their investigations that they coming through the door.
Woo!
Now is the time. If you're a ref, you want to button up. Sharpen up, make sure your calls are good, and have a good explanation. I was at did you go to the game versus Northwestern?
No, I'll be at the USC one this weekend.
So you probably caught some of it on TV, but I was at that game. The most crisp ref you suck calls I've ever heard. It was crisp in there. And I actually joined in a little bit. I'm not that guy, and I feel a little guilty for it because we need more refs, but it was to the point to where not only was it the calls, it'd be like a 15-yard penalty on Northwestern, and then come out there be Nebraska penalty 15 yards, and then they'd come back, hop in the mic, correction on Northwestern, and then they'd go back to the huddle and then come back again and make it. It was
third correction.
It was, and then the corrections half the time were just like, you guys can't speak a proper sentence. You guys are just getting the information wrong. You're making the right call, but you're saying the names wrong. So then you got the operators up top with the clock and the scoreboard's like,
I don't know.
What did he say? Like, what am I setting this to?
Did you see that the SEC suspended? I think it was the refs at the LSU A&M game. They suspended them. They can't call any SEC.
There should be an accountability.
Like, ooh, y'all starting to
And what do people say about the SEC? Well, and I
felt like they refs typically are
good.
Yes.
Oh, and even the Pac-12. I remember when we brought in Oregon, Washington, USC, and UCLA. Sorry, Bruins almost left you out of the mix. The number one comment that they had when they started watching these Big Ten versus the old Pac-12 teams matchup was like, "Your guys' refs suck." There were so many comments.
Was that refing crew a Big 12, a Pac-12 refing crew?
It was Big 12 refing crews. Big 10 refing crews. And the Pac-12s were like, "You guys, the rest are terrible. The Big 10 officiating crew sucks." And then and I'm sitting there like, when I do watch the SEC, it looks better. When I watch Pac-12 matchups, it looks better. When I watch Big 12 matchups, it looks better. That Big 10 needs to have some accountability for their officials. And I'm not saying fire all those guys because, again, we need refs. As much as I complain about a ref, I could do more to help out and ref some stuff and try to inspire other kids to go referee. But if you just go let them make bad calls and then a tweet from the Big 10 account or the NCAA account says, "Yep, we got that one wrong. It's on us. Sorry about the big loss, though, boys." And I know that cost you millions of dollars.
We don't need no more victories here. Get it right.
Exactly. Well, it's one thing to get it right just for the sake of doing the right thing. The other thing is, it's not like these aren't just giant $1 million businesses that you guys are messing around with.
Mm-hmm.
There's real implications on the line. So that's all I got on the refs. I'll leave them alone. It doesn't need to get patched though, or at least looked at. You got any answers for that? How would you fix it? Then we can get out of here.
I mean, you got referee schools make the pay a little bit better. That NCAA college football got the money. It's a nice investment. You
make it a full time.
You want a better product and everything like that. All right, like it's gonna have to require change. So get them the security that they need and everything like that. Go to a school or academy year round or whatever, and have them okay, this is what it is, and set forth.
Yeah, simple enough to me. Pay them more, give them security because
you got the money.
I think the NFL was short last time I checked.
Okay. You're paying people $500 million.
Yeah, and Franklin left for an insane buyout. All right, that's going to wrap it up for us. Don't go anywhere, though. We'll keep it rolling. Chris Raff coming up next on Raff's Good Take on Sports.